Hello and welcome back to Concilium Historica Imperialis. I am your host, Acurio Umhar, and today I am with Leonidas, Chef Taconis, and Acurio Chamlin. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, for today, we're doing our Imperium Maledictum role-playing series on lucid dreams, the Yaga mythos. And I believe we're on episode 7. But before we get into it, if you like what we do, consider liking, commenting, subscribing. You guys have no idea how much this helps the algorithm. Recommend our videos by simply pushing that like button and just making a little comment. Such as it is, we have Patreon, links in the description below, and we have a free Discord for the community. So if that seems to be your speed, you want to get down on the local news, 40K related, or any type of science fiction, we're here for you, and we'd love to have you. So with that corporate shilling out of the way, Chamlin.
We open this session of the Yaga Mythos on Lucid Dreams, Episode 7, The Surgery, with a bit of a summary. Last episode, all of our, I can't say acolytes, you're not acolytes. All of our
Free agents, yeah.
All of our agents. All of our agents were slightly mutated due to being exposed to a psychic miasma as they dealt with strange mutated snail creatures. As they returned to the almshouse, they were accused of poisoning Bot, who had fallen into a strange coma. They were tasked with going to the PDF and retrieving Chirigen, as Jack was not trusted to perform any kind of surgeries on Bot. On the way, they sent an astropathic message back to the Ebony Eye in order to inform the Lord Commissar Stalker of the current situation, but Adept Morris had to intervene and help in that situation due to some miscommunications. Eventually, at the PDF headquarters, they retrieved one Chirigen Zilch and returned back to the almshouse. Now, I'm going to talk about some loose threads as we are coming towards what I feel is close to the end of this particular chapter. Not this session, probably not next session, but we're closer than not. Here are some loose threads that are still in the air that you may or may not want to investigate, but they were brought up. Jack said that he would like to go back to the Hab block where Claudette was staying. Claudette's journal is still a thing that is in the air, that has not been examined yet. There is information to possibly look into from the first Somnian Crusades on the former cult of the Plague Father that attacked the planet. Getting a cleaning crew for the new base of operations. There's a mark on a firearm that you recovered from the dead Beastmaster who was on the lower floor of said new base of operations that might be worth looking into. Is the liquid Jack recovered from the patient in the PDF headquarters, and the various dreams that you've all been having, including Azazel, who did recognize one Matthias. Currently, at least, you are all checking on one former bartender Bot who has been knocked into a coma, which seems to be a further progression of the theoretical disease that you all had briefly suffered from, which ended in vomiting up some strange poisonous substance. Now, we closed last episode with the opening of a door. We see the room lit dimly. Well, not lit at all, but there is background radiation of light. We see one Bot now more posed properly for somebody being sick in bed rather than just leaving to lay the way that she was before in bed. We do see Fatal, one of the Vulture's lieutenants, sitting by their side. They look up at you. They look at Jack. What the hell is he doing here? Where the hell's the doctor? Zilch is with you. I think they're just like behind you three. It's a single doorway, so.
Yeah. Azazel takes a step to the side, removing Zilch. Here she is.
All right, Zilch, what do you need? They look around at this room, literally anywhere that isn't here. But I guess we don't have much of a choice. She like turns on a lumen, looks around. So who's my gopher? And Fatal looks around. Are they not? Are they not your gopher? Zilch, it's just like Megan raises their arms in confusion. Well, I'm gonna need that one, and they point to Worm because he was instrumental last time, and I can't have this one because I'm pretty sure if he steps foot past that door, you're gonna shoot him, aren't you? Fatal nods, probably. All right. Well, are you my gopher, or do we need to find somebody else?
It seems like my gopher.
All right, I can deal with that. And it's like Zilch turns to you two, it's just like, all right, bye.
As I'm like turned to Jacques and I'm walking out with him, I'm like, what is a gopher?
More about it.
It's an administratum term.
It's just a term.
So.
Yeah, and we won't get into like the nitty gritty of like she starts listening off like, all right, go. I need this. I need this. I need this. I need somebody to do this. I need somebody to do that. You don't need to do everything, but things need to start moving. And things do start moving. We will get back to what Jack and Azazel get up to, right? Because we're here right now, so we might as well handle this bit. So, now, Jack, while you were removed physically, that doesn't mean that you can't figure out some way in order to communicate to aid, but you got to figure that out with Worm. I don't know if Worm has telepathy. I don't think so. Okay.
I do not. Well, we have like or box speaks or communication.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't remember you guys bought them or provided them.
We were provided them, and yes, we all have them, and they have a radius of 1 mile. We'd have this discussion.
Let's see here.
Well, if you want to stay here and aid, you can. I will let you make a roll to see how well Okay, I understand what you're. I can envision it in my head to help you.
Yeah.
I'll let you make the roll first, so you can decide to stay or not. So that
Okay.
way, you're not forced to. You're not wasting your time.
Gotcha.
I think in this case, it will be. I think it'll be perception etiquette, because you've got it. You're thinking about it in your head, and you're trying to like perceive where things are. Essentially, I mean, you're at least familiar with the outside of body.
Do I roll off of Medicaid or perception?
You use your Medicaid skill and
Okay.
your perception attribute.
Gotcha.
So, what's in your Medicaid skill?
D2
No. What's the skill bonus?
and
No. Hand me your sheet.
It's the first one. Skill bonus is always the first.
No, that's not what I'm talking
Oh, sorry.
if you have any advances with the different.
Yes,
You add your advances to your existing attribute. Oh, okay.
A side note for the viewership, it's been about a month.
Yeah, you have 2 advances, which I believe is 10. Right, they do by 5s. So 10. So you take your perception, and you add 10, and you roll under that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And we're saying if you can communicate probably like, okay, I understand what you are seeing. This is what you need to do.
Gotcha.
It'll all shake loose, guys, I'm telling you. We're all going to have this fog.
47 is a frog. 2 degrees of success. I rolled like a 21.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to apply a -10 to this regardless, just because it'd be difficult to, think about it. So you can stay here, and I will allow the aid action essentially to be on this part of the surgery. But that means Azale's going to go do whatever or stay here or whatever. There's nothing he can do for the surgery.
Yeah, I think this is just one of them rare moments where he just takes a sit and just reflects on what's been transpiring.
Now, to be fair, you have been informed that you do need to do other things reasonably, like to find out who actually poisoned Bod, as you are directly under suspicion for that.
Oh, okay. Well,
That is why Jack is not allowed to do this surgery.
let's have a shift of gears here. Let's start with the one that seems like the most pressing, which is trying to unravel the mystery of who done did it.
Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna make you. I just want to inform you that these
No,
things are
no.
in the air.
No, it's sensible. He wouldn't. That's the thing. I would waste time as the player. Zazel as the character would not.
Well, we'll get to that. I didn't know what you were doing, so I just needed to know how this was going
That's
to
fine. Gives me time to work some stuff out.
Okay.
It's fine.
So, for the surgery, Worm, or Jack, since you took the aid action, you are allowed to use fate points for the doctor. The doctor is making the Medicaid roll. She doesn't have a Vox speed. She's not talking to you. You are aiding Worm in what he will be. Okay. So, Worm, you need to roll a -20 mastery psychic mastery test with agility. You do have aid. Oh, why is that not? I thought that was in the combat thing, but I guess it isn't.
Could I use my biomancy specialization on this?
What is that?
Biomancy focuses on.
I know bioman. I don't know what specialization.
Oh, it's an extra skill bonus.
Okay, it's like that for buffer skills.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can use that. It is biomancy.
So it gives me 6 degrees of success.
Right.
Yes.
Nice.
Rolled 19.
Nice. All right. Strong start, guys.
Strong start.
Only up from here. Am I right?
You don't know what the doctor's gonna roll.
Famous last words.
I can see the inside of the person.
Oh, right.
Groovy.
I saved myself time here. So, I rolled beforehand weeks ago when I was prepping. She will fail the test. However, if you spend fate for advantage for them, they will pass and then some. Okay. So, thankfully, both parts of this go off well.
Keep going.
Both parts of this go off well. While performing this, Zilch realizes, just like through the kind of zen state that you get into when you're in the middle of somebody's guts.
Phrasing.
Because we all know what Jack did in the first place.
Oh,
Anyways, she realizes that everybody that got sick from the PDF had gone to the Alms house off shifts. So whatever they ingested that poisoned them must have been from here. For what that is worth in relation to the mole hunt for the Queen of Bow. You do Zilch does manage to retrieve a bit more of the liquid as she was poisoned by the same sort of thing. It isn't anything different. It's the same kind of illness that you were almost affected with, and other people were affected. Now, because you got so many degrees of success, you experience a similar vision that Azazel had when he was originally ill, where he saw a some kind of creature. Yeah, they looked Minostaurum. They had a very decrepit and diseased-looking hand, and it looked like they were anointing a woman's forehead. This woman was not bought in question, but it's also not. It's not a woman that you recognize. You've not seen them before, but yeah, they're speaking about these concepts of renewal, and you're in a garden, warm and muggy. You can kind of feel it, and it just feels in the murky way that a fever dream feels. Like you have a bit more perception. You can move, you can perceive more or less. And finally, the surgery finishes up, and Bob will be out for a bit. And let's see how it is, I guess. All right, you guys are doing this surgery for roughly 3 hours, and Bot will be out. I mean, for X amount of time. Zilch thinks that they're probably going to be out for about best. It might be another 2 hours before they regain any kind of consciousness. Because it was caught early, unlike the PDF soldiers who had had it for a while, she thinks that they have a capability of coming out of it soon. So Zilch sits down because surgery is tiring. Take up point of fatigue, just because surgery is tiring. You've done this twice in the day now, and yeah. So you hear the news regardless. It's like you're in on the box for like 3 hours and focused and like going through it, and you're not fatigued, whether you're tired or not. Certainly your business. But how are Jack and Azazel doing?
Jack is definitely relieved. He just kind of like relaxes more than he has been for a while now. But with also that relaxation, also would just turn to Azazel like, I don't think they're going to do it to me. Look, the poisoning obviously started here. What she said. I need to look into who's cooking food.
Hi.
Who has access to bringing the supplies, maybe?
I can do this. And I go do that, assuming that like I don't get flagged down.
What's that look like?
I think that looks like he's going to first ask around in like the place where they usually serve food, and then work his way to like whoever the cook is, or find out who the cook is to talk to the cook. Maybe look around the kitchen if I can get in there and talk to the cook.
Well, if we're making introductions, then this is going to be a rapport. I think this is just your normal rapport test.
Okie
You are not in the best of graces right now, regardless of how well the surgery went, just because nobody's entirely still sure as to whether Jack didn't poison her in the first place. You guys haven't figured it out. You're working on figuring out who did it or didn't. Right?
Congratulations,
Yeah.
fix that problem.
So I think we're going to call this a -10, just because people are still a little uneasy. As soon as like the word spreads that Bot like made it through surgery, and yeah, she gets that, that'll probably lighten. But right now, I think they're still kind of like.
Okay, so you said a -10 for a rapport test. That puts me on needing a 34 or less to succeed, which I did not get. However, this is kind of important, so I think I will use a fate point.
Sure.
And then another fate point to negate that -10 for the reroll, and then negate the -10. Okay. That's 2 degrees of success.
Cool. Let me dig into my NPCs and make sure I'm not just making something up that I don't need to.
Too hard.
I just don't want to make an NPC that I already have.
Word.
So what specifically are you looking for again?
Okay, so I do want to talk to the person, which I would presume would be the cook, that has access to like the comings and goings of supplies into the almshouse.
Okay. So the almshouse works off of there's not like a head cook. There's just like multiple people that make the various the chowder and the broth, just that Jack and Bot had respectively. But you did not have, nor did Worm, which you guys have already narrowed it down to something to deal with the starch, because all of these dishes are based out of starch in some capacity.
Yeah.
There's not like one head. There's just multiple cooks, and so you find it's easier to talk with Fatal about it, because like they're the kind of lieutenant essentially. Yeah. So like they are aware. It was, if Bot were awake, then she could probably explain it more clearly, but it's like speaking with the supervisor as opposed to you're talking to the manager.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, this is gonna be great. What's the worst could happen?
Other than Fatal already not liking you?
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
So I think I'm going to be upfront and to the point with Fatal. Like,
you got 2 degrees of success. So yeah. So Fatal was removed from the surgery room, and they weren't going to piddle around waiting outside the door. So they just came back down and went back to their, it's a supply room, but they call it an office.
Yeah.
He calls it an office because that's what he treats it as, but it's like half an office, half the other side of the supply room.
Respect.
You do not know where the unnamed is. The unnamed is tending to the guarding Fatal's office.
Okay.
I should say. They don't accost you when you move into that area.
Having more than a couple encounters with Fatal and how direct he is and how he appreciates directness, I'm just going to get in within his peripheral. Maybe I knock just as a courtesy to get his attention since, we're all vets and we get a little jumpy sometimes. And it'd be like, they have been talking around. I have reason to suspect there is a common denominator in what is causing this sickness, and it is starch, or starch byproducts, or things coming from what is made out of starch. I know that it is very likely that your sources of product come from outside. If we wish to get to the bottom of this, I think it would be prudent if we follow the trail of the supply line.
We're not doing anything. What do you need from me?
I need the information on the distributors of your supply chain
Specifically?
to find the cause of what is
No, for what item specifically?
starch.
Starch. Let's see. Starch is. Well, it was the Beastmaster. That was part of the issues. The loser component of the corpse starch process. They prepare the corpses to get turned into starch. That starch is crafted in. Make sure I get the district right. Generally, it's crafted in District 7. That's where all the lay people are.
Is there perchance a main distribution hub of some sort?
I mean, we don't exactly buy it. We have an agreement with certain manufactorums about helping them stay within tithe rate. You're not supposed to produce too much after all.
I understand. Failing that, the only thing I can think of that might be worth investigating further would be everyone who handles food and supplies in the almshouse, and perhaps a thorough investigation of the individuals therein.
I mean, like I said, there's the labor district.
So
They're going through.
I understand.
You don't understand shit. You don't know what I was about to tell you. Let me finish my sentence. There's a specific place in the labor district right now. The labor district is going through troubles, as it were. I can point that out to you.
That was the main distribution hub I asked for.
Right, that's fine. I'm just saying there's
Look,
more than
what is it, my friend?
Her name is Skip. She handles the majority currently of excess corpse starch gets made. She handles the place well. That's why she has excess. That's part of her issue. You get too much corpse. You get too much of a tithe rate, and they bring in the administrative, and they got to do a whole recalculation. It's a problem. Nobody likes recalculating. So the Queen of Bones takes off the excess, and everybody stays at tithe rate, and everybody's hunky dory. They're going through worker troubles, right? By worker troubles, I mean people thinking they had won more things than they actually deserve. That's in District 7. As for investigating anybody who handles food in the almshouse, well, they just are basically out the door. Everybody handles food in some capacity. I guess it also depends on your definition of food. Is a bartender somebody who handles food?
Specifically, those who handle the starch.
Well, any of the waiters or waitresses, I say that loosely. It's an almshouse. They just bring out bowls. Anybody in the kitchen, but those jobs change hands quickly. You can go back to the Hab block where Claudette was. That's where we keep them. Say that. Not in the way that I mean. That's where the people who work in the almshouse stay. Like Claudette. If you kept Claudette there, then half of this wouldn't have even happened. Problem.
Do I have your permission to speak with these people?
Well, it's not up to me. The Queen wants it handled, so go handle it.
Thank you. I believe that is all I needed. I appreciate your cooperation.
Yeah. With your 2 degrees of success, do you want a +5 bonus for this next investigation roll, or do you want me to give you a detail?
I don't know, guys. What do you think? Want to take that +5, or you can get a detail? Detail it is.
You can tell Fatal is really torn up the whole bot situation. More than just like, hey, this coworker that I've known for a minute. Like, it's difficult to describe. You know, if you had more, then I probably would have given you more. But like, you can tell if there's something else catering there. But you also know that if you bring this up right now, he will 1, shut down, and 2, probably have you just thrown out of it.
Well, I don't have enough good grace with this fella to...
More or less.
So we're just going to go ahead and leave that lay.
I just wanted to make sure that that's
I-
the detail. You know that there's something there, but you...
I think that's useful for the purpose of the investigation, and I do not know in what capacity at this time.
I gave it to you.
Fantastic. All right, so I excuse myself in the usual, very proper way that I do, and I go to find Jock.
Yeah, I mean, Jock was down. Jock has been downstairs.
I'm sitting at a table that's the furthest away from the bar, so I'm still afraid that she might hurt me.
But
Reasonable fear. Reasonable.
the unnamed is doing that thing where they clean a glass with a single finger. They do occasionally look at you and give you the stink eye.
I think I will sit across from you directly, so because I'm so tall that you don't have to worry about the evil eye when we're speaking. Wait a minute, she's an ogre. You're still gonna experience the evil eye. I'm sorry. Maybe it's like a cutoff, but like you can still see the eyes.
It's probably a little. Instead of the whole face, now you just see the eye.
Oh my God, no! Even better, she just like looms to the right or left and just looks at you. Intent for maliciousness. All right.
She, whenever that happens, she quickly gets re-distracted by the glass that she was cleaning. So like it's off and on.
How are you doing, my friend? That is... I think that it is going around. I did find out some things.
Okay.
First, I meant to ask, before we go any further, have you had a chance to read your sister's journal?
Well, the thing kind of really going on in the way, which I could read it now. Just pulls it out.
While you are disseminating that information, I will relay what I have uncovered. So I do clue on my Vox link so that when I'm speaking, the Iron Worm can hear what's being conveyed, so we don't have to have... Yeah. It's going to keep happening. Steel Worm.
I'm just correcting.
No, that's fair.
People always just get the metal wrong. The Iron Worm.
Copper what?
It doesn't help that one of his associates is getting it wrong. All right, so I cue on the Vox link so at least Steel Worm can hear what's being conveyed. What the...
Steel Worm, are you even conscious? Just like laying back and sleeping in a chair for a few.
Probably trying to rest.
All right.
If he's getting talked at, he'll listen to it best he can.
So I have found a possible source from where the starch came from. It is a hub of sorts in District 7. An individual by the name of Scab appears to be the majority holder of any excess that gets manufactured there. There also appears to be a strike going on in that district, so there might possibly be some complications when we go to investigate. The only other thing that I wish to note is more a personal observation of Fatal. Whenever Bot got brought up, there did seem to be some manner of additional emotion outside of what would have been normal for an associate. I don't know what emotion that might be. Perhaps guilt? That is more of a speculation on my part, but it is worth keeping in the back of our mind. But it seems, if we wish to unravel exactly what is going on in this Holmes house, District 7 should be our next destination.
Sounds good to me.
So we fight the skip. All right.
No, Jack, you do remember the first time you walked into the bar, which wasn't that long ago. But you do remember that Fatal made some crack about well, I mean, if all it takes is if all it would take is the line was something along the lines of because you paid Bot so much money, she made some crack about bent over the bar, and Fatal replied well, if all of it takes is money, I got that. And then she said, well, you're not tall enough for this ride. And he said, well, I can go get a stool. So you remember that simply because you're more focused on Bot than not. Not that inherently means anything or not. I'm just saying that is something that you would remember.
I suppose while you are perusing your sister's journal, either myself or the Still Warm could look into getting a cleaning crew over to our new base of operations.
Well, I always willing to be helpful. I appreciate some rest in the situation. Surgery was tiring, and I had a strange vision during it.
Aye?
Yes. Let's see how do I describe it. There was a priest. He was goopy. He was moist. Lots of moisture. He was anointing someone. What else? That's the most of it.
I don't think I like my priests moist.
You have
Sounded good.
very. You have just described whom I had the dream about the other night.
You also dreamed of the moist priest.
I believe it is my old member. Yes,
He is a moist man?
he is a servant of one of the dark gods
Oh.
who happens to deal with that sort of thing.
Is that the reason why he's moist?
I do not know, and frankly, I won't stop to ask questions. I merely wish to take his head.
Of course. Before we find the moist priest, we shall crush him.
But this is disconcerting that this is something that you have shared in terms of visions, dreams. Which means that it is not a coincidence or my paranoia. I think he might be on this world. And if he is...
Please point him out.
You notice that Azazel gets that look in the eye that only a deranged priest can whenever, they're about to have absolution.
Eyeball the flame a little too close.
Regardless, we must focus on the task at hand. If it happens to lead us to my erstwhile former companion, perhaps altogether. But anything that he brings with him is
Moist?
evil.
Oh.
Not good.
I mean, moist is the good.
Depends on the situation. Sometimes moist is.
Yeah, so, I think, he ain't gonna linger on that, and he's gonna leave Jock to
Yeah, what's up?
look at this journal, at least for, a little bit before we go on with the rest of the investigation.
All right, well, what's Azazel doing? Instead of
Yeah, no, I guess it's up to me to try and find a cleaning crew.
Well, you know that the only people that are going to be able to do that are members of the church, and that is in. I'm just going to go through the districts again, as this is information that you do know, but it's been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
District 1 is the Adeptus Astra Telepathica. District 2 is the Adeptus Administratum. District 3 is the Space Port. District 4 is where you're at currently. It's where the Infractionists are. District 5 is where the Adeptus Mechanicus is. That's where they maintain all the machinery that keeps this place from freezing solid. District 6 is where the PDF are headquartered. That's where you got Zilch. District 7 is where the lay people are. And District 8 is where the Adeptus in the Storm is. That's where you would get a cleaning crew that would be able to clear out any possibly lingering materials that are in your stronghold. Now, as for contact there, well, I mean, you remember the Adeptus in the Storm, easily be able to find somebody to talk to there, but you haven't been there. So.
Yeah, well, do they happen to have a landline that I could at least call ahead? Every world's different. Sometimes they got phones, sometimes they don't.
They do not.
Okay.
I like my 40K without land.
For now.
You gotta go somewhere. You gotta find somebody to talk to. You have a box frequency.
Got it. So yeah, I think I'm going to head over to District 8 then. It is about time I went to this world's Ministorum district anyway. I need to pay my respects.
It is 2 districts, so it'll be about 2 hours for you to get there. I need to make a navigation surface test.
Okie dokie. Let's see what that is. Just a flat +0. I fail, but it's just like...
Minister failure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also rolled double digits.
Failure with double digits is a critical fail.
Cool. Fake point. And then there was one. God, I failed worse and still got a critical failure. Okay. Well, I'm not wasting my last fate point on that. We've approached levels of ridiculousness where it's just meant to be.
We will get to that in a bit. That's our first special encounter, finally. Actually, no, wait, it'll be your second. The first one was...
Well, let's hope it's something as mild as that. I don't want to get jumped by...
All right. So while Azazel goes off to go find a cleaning crew, hopefully, Worm, we'll just assume that you're still resting. You're reading the journal, Jack. And it takes a while. You're glancing around, you're reading Baguette. So there is going to be base information that you get, but let's see if you like manage to find like specific things like, oh, this is actually particularly useful. So we're gonna call this linguistics. Right, there isn't a okay. We'll call it a logic test. You're trying to put pieces together of what's happened to your sister since you last saw them and see what details may or may not be important. Because it's a journal, there's all sorts of details in there, but whether you're seeing the links is the other thing. So
Okay.
it's we'll call it just a straight 0.
My logic's a 48. I roll a 46.
All right, so you succeed. Your 0 level of success, but that's still a success. Here's the baseline information. You like one of the last entries before there's nothing else in the journal is there's a note about they're playing a lot of the tarot game with a woman. Well, I shouldn't say a woman. You don't necessarily know their gender, but their name is Killswitch.
All right.
I like it.
They probably do use like female pronouns. That's like one of the last things that you read in there. They've been playing it more, which that Claudette never really played that game. Like, it's not uncommon in the sector for people to play this game, but she never had a particular desire for it. Let's see here. There is a note of since it's in District 7, there's some note about being invited to join like talks with the overall labor force, as this is when like the overall general strike had started up. There's a note of like being given an invitation that had some corpse starch with it. They note specifically what is that it's a capital R, so you know that at least on this planet it's a proper name. Reject gave them the invitation, the corpse search, to go to like none of the general talks about people who are organizing the labor force. Yeah. So even though you got 0 success levels, I will give you I'll let you ask me a question of something that you might be like looking for, and I'll decide whether to answer you.
Is there any other people within the journal that she seems to have been talking to since her time here?
I mean,
Might have been closer to.
You see mentions of like people from the almshouse. Fatals mentioned on occasion, bots mentioned on occasion, the unnamed. She mentions the Queen of Bones simply because of the tie with Mortis, because they had to meet to discuss the bargain essentially, and that Claudette was going to work for the Queen of Bones until they had made enough to be smuggled out of sector. Essentially, that was that. Killswitch worked and/or works at the almshouse. Apparently, that's mentioned. Let's see here. Any other names that may have been mentioned? Just so I'm being. No, I don't think there's anybody else. Yeah, you just see the random mentions of like the daily goings on of just them trying to work. Like she didn't like being a joy girl. Not that she felt like it was bad. She just didn't want to do it. So she got like an attitude about it, and because the queen wanted to keep this tenuous tie with Mortis going on, she had them become a corpse finder, and she nearly died doing that through her own ineptitude. From what you can kind of glean between the lines, she was just stuck in the kitchen. So it was just like, let's learn you the most. Let's learn you the middling, and now it'll just take longer because she earns less just working in the kitchen.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like try to remember the names Killswitch of Reject. I need to find them and possibly talk to them.
Jack Killswitch is my new black metal band name.
It's like totally metals.
But yeah, so you do that for a couple hours. I think by now Yeah, I think you're the one who hears it. You're still. I don't want to say you're connected psychically, but because you have this like weird shared vision thing, like you feel them wake up and you wake up in turn. Thought's not like fully conscious, but she is certainly starting to stir.
My friends, I think boss is awakened.
Am I far enough away at this
You are
point?
way too far away.
Yeah.
I think Zil just don't know. Yeah, because you're like in that room, or did you leave? I should say. I didn't want to make an assumption. Zil's just like. Sorry.
I'll go to confirm that my feeling on this is correct. So.
Yeah. She's kind of like loosely moving around in that pained, unconscious way that people can do when they just got out of like a severe sickness, where you're like, I don't feel strong enough to move, but I need to at least remind myself that I have a body, kind of thing. Zilch is still kind of out of it.
Dr. Zilch, your patient is awake.
We're moving.
Me or her?
The one that had her guts torn open.
Yes. That makes more sense.
No, seriously, you're gonna tear a stitch. Quit moving. Don't make me knock you out.
I suppose you should stop moving.
Yeah. He does that whole like pained groan of like settling back down into trying to be slightly more comfortable, and Zilch like immediately goes back to sleep. You can tell that they haven't had like an excuse to be able to like be unconscious for some time apparently. So she's just like taking it while she can before she knows she has to go back to the PDF house. Now you can do whatever you like. I just wanted to let you know that the thought does seem to have stirred.
We do not have much acquaintance, Miss Bot. But do you remember anything from before you were sick?
I don't. You make a we're gonna call it a report toughness. She has to be tough enough to be able to actually answer.
This is probably a straight toughness to me. Am I still fatigued?
You had a little bit you had some rest, so I'll say no.
Okay. Still terrible. Yes. Actually, 2 degrees success.
Okay. I'm not gonna do a whole pain groan voice. She is in a lot of pain and she is tired. She like mumbles something about Jack, and like she's trying to remember further back, but like she mentions like food and then like you guys, and that's really about as far as she goes back. Now you got 2 degrees of success, so I'll let you ask a specific question if you have any specifics.
I guess specifically, I guess, to try to find information, make sure that they don't think that we're the ones who did the thing. So, if she has anything that would help in that regard.
You get out of it that like Jack was with her like the entire series of events. So like he couldn't have like she didn't leave the table when they got food. So like couldn't have like tainted it or anything, and she wouldn't have inherently known that he got sick too. But she didn't leave the table.
So my throat was still on the floor, just dried up.
Yeah, that's useful. Would you prefer more rest now, or would you like to talk to some of your friends?
Yeah, I'm going back to sleep. She 100% goes back to sleep.
I shall inform the others that she is well.
Okay.
That she is still.
All right. Yeah. You come back downstairs. You mentioned to Hale's probably actually still in the office. So like you mentioned to somebody, and that news starts spreading throughout the almshouse. Bob was conscious and blah blah blah.
She lives,
more or less.
Basically, I didn't kill her.
It has to filter back up to the Queen of Bones, essentially, to be like, hey, one part of this situation. It doesn't necessarily matter whether you did it or not. It matters them finding out somebody who can be held responsible.
right?
Working on that.
We're working on that problem next.
Speaking of Azazel
And problems.
and bro,
Yeah. Oh no.
my name's
Band of roving grannies attacks you.
You sure they weren't D-moms?
oh right.
I've always liked your brother better. Oh. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
There's so much.
Yeah. So You're walking around District 8. I mean, you're in your thermal gear and
Yeah.
places frozen, and you can see like the trappings of the creed. Now, this place seems to have more of its ice shipped away than
The tracks.
because they have people who are, we'll say, devoted enough to be outside.
Yeah.
We're talking about money. They do it for the faith. Come on.
Oh, that's
They
right.
do it because they think if they lose fingers chipping ice off of the buildings, they'll go to heaven.
I mean, they will, obviously.
Duh.
Everything you just said is statistically correct.
I know. Yes.
Mike nodding in approval at the missing
This
digits.
is literally what's the thing that the Pope does that they don't do anymore?
Be more specific.
The thing where you give them money and they're like, okay, you're good, you're simply clean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Indulgences or-
No. That's
Indulgences.
Indulgences,
Yeah, it's like that,
yeah.
but without money.
Huh.
They just like do it, and then
Acts of piety.
their fingers fall off, and then they go find something else to do for the church because like they lost their ability to work.
I see a couple fingers and a drift of snow, and I just nod approvingly. Yes, this pleases me.
What you do note is there is they look out of place, largely because of like how well they are, how well their gear looks. Like it's trimmed and cut well. It's color balanced against what you can tell is under their stuff. They're not in like a full thermal suit like you, but they're looking around. They've got like clear faced goggles so that they can actually like look around and like a more of a breather piece over their mouth. They turn around. They have like bushy hair more or less, and like kind of bounces. They have a hood over their head. It seems to be made of some heavy thermal resistant materials. You can tell that they clock you. They're far enough away where you can't hear them, but they point at you and they exclaim to themselves. They have a couple of we'll call them bodyguards with them, and they like quickly run over to you and the two other people with them will follow. They're in more of like obvious like stuff. So yeah, so that is what is currently happening.
Okay.
You can try to avoid that. I'm not trying to trap you into anything. I'm just saying you can play with it if you want.
Does it look like they have intent to herd me somewhere? Okay, what do you think that would be?
Let's see here. Judging intent. We'll call it still skill.
Actually, it does fall under rapport if it's intent to, because it has a specialization for like that sort of thing.
Oh, no, I'd call it intuition.
Okay.
I'll call it intuition.
Well, here goes
How's
nothing.
that coming over to you? You're not talking directly to them yet.
I got it by 3 degrees of success.
All right, yeah, no. This person's just very excited to see you. You've never met this person, as far as you're aware, but like they're very excited to see you.
Is it a good or bad thing with those 3 degrees of success?
That's fair. That's fair. This excitement is like, oh, thank the Emperor! I have found this person. They're excited about the serendipitousness. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
That's got to be a word.
Dippity.
Well, I mean, yes, that'd be the noun form, but I'm using the adjective.
I don't think that's a thing.
Well, now it is. Serendipitous.
I mean, it's some 35,000 years in the future. Sure.
Welcome to the future. This is a word.
Languages change. It's all part of the plan.
Sippity doodah.
I think I will head a
Think
beeline
serendipitous.
directly to the guy then.
You can tell that it is a female. Actually.
Okay, so I'm gonna beeline to the feminine figure that seems to be exclaiming at my arrival. It's better to just deal with this situation before it escalates into something. Especially since I'm not inherently in trouble, or yeah, we'll see. Let's roll the dice. Now, minor mechanical note. I did end up getting specialization charm through the skill rapport.
Still not getting that skill that I told you to get if you want to do that downtime.
I genuinely forgot, but I think because I'm failing so much in rapport, it might be a little bit more important. I know that's a word, yeah. So I think it would be just like it's serendipitous.
It'd be how serendipitous it was, but I like serendipitous.
Well, you do you. All right.
Anyways, yeah, as you get closer, they are dark skinned. Their hair is I don't know the technical term for the styling, but it's not like an afro. It's just it's
Yeah.
very African American frizzy hair, but like plaited off to the sides.
I understand.
They they have wide blue eyes. They're short, but like they're lithe, and they're just like they open well before they're like close enough for a more simple conversation. Bro, finally we can go home. Found the perfect one. All right. So, what how free are you for the next 6 hours by chance?
So I think it's he just
Yeah, they're like, well, how free are you for the next 6 hours or so?
okay. So where are the bodyguards at this time?
They're still walking up to get like she like beelined, and they're just like, okay, we gotta follow her more.
I think it starts with the sign of the Aquila, and he bows respectfully.
She absent-mindedly is like, oh, right. She does that very quickly, gets out of the way. She like kind of gets the hand wrong. Not in a I'm secretly a heretic way, but like she's so excited to get to the thing that she's here for that like she moves through the phases.
Perhaps we should start with introductions first. Where I come from, decorum is sometimes more important than the needs of life. I am.
You can hear her foot tapping, like, quickly.
I am Priest Azazel of the Adeptus Immunostorum, and I am, unfortunately for you, on business to the ecclesiarchal palace, maybe, perhaps just the headquarters.
We can do that perfectly well later. I could introduce you. It'd be perfectly fine.
Who are you?
Oh, right. My name is Gammas. I serve the noble house. What noble house? I serve the noble house Winneth. I am a we'll call it talent acquisition, and you are perfect. You couldn't fit the role any better if the God Emperor had not ordained us to cross paths.
And pray tell, what role would that be?
Oh, well, let's see. My master at House Winneth, well, it's the both of them. They have a very specific taste in their recreation, and well, you fit the current bill of taste, which she lists off. Oddly enough, your exact physical details expressly after the slight mutation that you had from the miasma. As if this had not occurred, you would not fit the bill, and this would not be happening right now.
Well, I don't like that. And then when you say tastes, what are your implications?
Well, as I said, they have particular things that they enjoy during their recreations, and they find new things that they would like to enjoy from those recreations. That's what she says.
Okay. I give her like
Yeah.
I give her like a frank.
She gives you like a "what you talking about, Willis" look.
Yeah. You just like it is. If it weren't for the fact that he is so prim and proper, it would have been an incredulous stare. But I think she gets just a teensy bit of side eye at that last one. He's like, clarification is appreciated. Is this a sexual thing?
Well, you know.
No, I do not.
For what it's worth, you have heard that leniences are given to noble lines in terms of exactly what they're allowed to get up to before somebody decides to intervene with a torch. So as long as they're not like praising anybody that they shouldn't be praising. They can kind of get up to whatever weird eyes wide shut club they want to.
Oh God, it's like okay.
Not that bad, but like
Yeah, no,
they want to wear a mask and do the nasty with a pile, then that's their business.
let me get this straight. You wish to solicit me, an ordained priest of the ecclesiarchy, to bump a nasties with a pair of nobles.
Well, I'm not. My masters are searching for that, but I am simply the scout for such acquisitions.
Okay. And there isn't no death cults, cannibalism, anything nefarious going on with this.
All of those things exist on this.
Right, but in the context of those you serve. I don't want to walk into getting ate, is what I am driving at.
I think that may be a component. I don't exactly stick around.
I gotta tell you what. In phrasing. I gotta tell you what. I am frankly here on the mission of a very paramount importance. And I am...
Well, I understand that, but my timetable is actually monumentally important to me.
Are they going to punish you for failure?
I don't know if I would phrase it as punish. They
Yeah.
do that on their own.
Listen, I am trying to throw you a bone here. I have to have probable cause.
Well, then let them throw you a bone.
Oh, fuck, I know this now. Very well, lead the way.
Just, we will fade to black as the next 6 hours of Azazel's life are taken up.
Into a weird noble party.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not gonna roll a house. What we're gonna call this.
So he made
is,
wink, wink.
we're gonna call this rapport and agility.
Oh, wouldn't you know it? Two things he's best at.
See your networking skills.
See my networking skill. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm focusing down here.
I rolled this on the random encounter thing. I was like, well, they're in this district. Maybe this pops up. And it was just funny that it worked out.
All right. I succeeded
All right. How about
by just a degree.
that's a degree. Okay.
It would have been different if it would have been, well, not, no, it wouldn't have. They're actually relatively the same. I still with a degree.
Okay. Yeah, like thankfully you're not well, I don't want to say thankfully, they weren't gonna like hurt you or anything. You do go to this place and like it is on the I guess you can call it up and up, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
It is in fact just nobles who have like they have some way of determining of like, what about this?
Yeah.
and that is what happens. And I will say that you have what is it? It is, you find the I know that I am saying the term properly. Yeah, you get I guess I'll call it infractionist.
Okay.
You get a +1 to your you personally to dealing with infractions as word spreads through the grapevine, as it were, and you have a connection to House Winneth. You might be able to call upon them for something.
Okay. Okay. I think at the moment I'll just because I'm contemplating consolidation on account of like I have one in 3 different things at this point, just because of character creation and what you just gave me,
Mhm.
and then maybe put. So basically how it works with consolidation is you take one faction of the 3 that you want to add the +1 to, and you put it in the other 2, get -1 taken off. But at the moment, I think I'll just keep where it's at.
Yeah.
Because this might prove useful down the road.
Odd how things work out.
Yeah.
Because there would have been a fight if he said no.
I gathered was that sort of situation. I was like, I don't want to kill these people because of this. This is not something to kill over.
Yeah. So yeah, you have you're off the table for 6 hours.
Cool.
What do Worm and Jack get up to? This is getting towards the tail end of the day. You were towards like later afternoon, and this is basically this is how you're spending your evening.
Yeah.
Jack, Leonidas, or Jacques and Worm, how are you spending the next little bit? Let's see. Let's quick. Uh, okay, yeah. Bot goes back into Odin's sleep, more or less. It's like, I felt bad and woke up, and now I sleep, and my body's like, okay, well, we're not dying anymore, so we're just gonna actually sleep. It's just like, the deep shutdown sleep of sickness where your body's like, well, okay, well, let's get to work.
I guess what's the mood in the place now that she is well?
It's less tense. It'll be a lot better when she's able to like walk down the stairs. Fatal went upstairs. The Queen of Bones isn't generally on the ground floor. She's upstairs anyway. So whether she's moving around is not, you wouldn't inherently know. But you can tell that there was like a heaviness, and it's lifted, but it's not going to be like jubilant until the stuff is passed.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you guys is doing anything in particular? Or?
I'm gonna be sitting at my still furthest away table from the nameless, and trying to figure out maybe running some tests on this liquid.
Okay.
From the
Do
patient.
you have tools to do that? Like chemistry tools with a Y in the middle of it, not the end, because it's 40K. And that's how they spell chemistry.
No, I do not have a chemistry kit. I have my surgeon kit.
Yeah, I don't think you would need like some analysis level stuff. Surgery is just like, I can cut people open well.
Would I know? I'm probably guessing I could probably find that equipment at the PDF.
I mean, Zilch might be able to hook you up. Zilch is, let's see here. How long did Zilch end up serving? Okay. Yeah, Zilch comes down in a couple more hours. She knows that like she can't be here all night, which she regrets, but that just is the nature of the work. This is probably the most sleep she's had like in one block for a long time. So it's that bit where you're like, oh no, I slept like 6 to 7 hours this entire week, and then I slept 10 hours, and now I feel worse. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, no, the sleep of the restless with not enough sleep.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god.
It's like, oh, thanks for giving us enough sleep. Now feel it.
we need about 16 more hours out of you, boss. Just like
Yeah, so like she comes down the stairs, and she's kind of groggy, but like you clock her. Not with your fists. You clock her running down the stairs.
Worm, no! Worm, yes. Whack!
Suddenly Worm with the clotheslines
On the top of the stairs.
Oh no, she's been RKO'd.
That woman is broken in half. She didn't have a family. This is 40K. Everybody's an orphan.
Oof.
I see her coming down like, Miss Zilch? Was I gonna ask you for a favor?
She looks up the stairs at the favor that she just gave you. It's a big favor she just gave everybody in this place.
Personal?
I was wondering if it's possible if I could use a chemistry set, or if you have a spare PDF that I could use. I want to run tests on this liquid.
Man, where do you come from where people just have spare shit lying around?
And from Baguette.
Here?
Yeah, nobody has spare chemistry sets just sitting around.
What, you don't?
Unless you can use yours.
Because at this point, we're like square in terms of the situation. So, what am I going to get? That's not how that works. What are you willing to give me?
I mean, the cars.
Roll a report.
Oh, it's just a failure. No degrees of failure, but
We're close, but no. Shoot, there's a term for cigar that isn't low. We're close, but no low stick. Actually, do you have any low sticks?
I do.
You know what? Throw in your low sticks, and we'll call it a deal.
It's
she does that thing that smokers do, where they like
Yeah, they're packing it.
the pack or whatever.
They're packing up the.
Are cigarettes not rolled tightly enough to where they don't have to do that?
They sit and settle. So like they do that so that they can be redistributed across the entire lining.
Well, you can tell that I don't smoke. It's a filthy habit. Don't smoke.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Unfortunately, I was in the military, and I had a lot of people who did around me. So I asked that question because I was curious as well.
I just assume that they like spanking things.
I mean, they might like that too. It's really hard to tell if it's a trooper in question.
Anyways, so yeah.
See,
Oh, well, that's only if it's already open.
Yeah.
It's a combination of redistribution and getting one out.
Okay, and I know it. This is completely off topic. It's just funny that you happen to have a pack of low stakes.
he's a doctor.
He's a doctor. Listen, he needs nicotine. I don't know if you know
I'm
this,
a
but
doctor
like,
and assassin. I need to smoke after.
A
Right?
doctor and an assassin.
my life's hard, guys.
Yeah, so like, yeah, she does that thing where she packs the pack and pops one out. She's like, man, I wish I lived where you live, where you could just get like free low and chemistry sets. It sounds cool. Oh,
Please
I-
not cheap.
well, I wish things were cheap where I live. She's like smoking this cigarette. It's like, all right, well, I'm gonna finish this because I can't smoke this outside, which is funny because on this planet you literally can't smoke outside. Which a lot of people in the Alps house smoke.
She's that constant like big ass cloud on
Yeah,
the ceiling.
it's got that malaise of like you can tell if you put your hand onto the wall it'd be kind of sticky for more than one reason, but largely the nicotine. So yeah.
You don't want to know the other reason.
What's the other? It's a whorehouse.
That took a turn.
As opposed to what just happened.
Fair. I was thinking to myself, is like, now we just got to get Worm that date, and I think we're good.
Yeah, so Zilch is just. Are you? So you're going. All right. You got to bring your friend, or are you just? Or is this a you thing?
You stay here.
I can help you with science. I'm very good at science.
All right.
Dr. Worm is on the case.
Let's see here.
Oh no.
So you guys are working on. Let me make sure you got the districts right. 6, you're in 4, so 1. 2 is the shortest amount of distance, so we need a navigation surface test.
I'm gonna be you.
Somebody in this group usually does them.
All right, weird aside, but I just wanted to let it out there because eventually I did find it. So it is either just called low sticks, even if it is a cigar, or sometimes they'll refer to it as low leaf tubes.
No, there's another specific term. It's in like Gaunt's Goes that uses it.
Okay, well, shout out to our viewership. If you know it, comment in the comment section. Let us know because I can't find it, and I'm actually curious. Moving on.
For a local time.
It might vary from planet to planet.
1 degree of critical failure. Roll to 55.
Ruh-roh.
That's funny. That's what he rolled.
Well, I had
I'm
my
gonna
navigation's
forget
a 48. I rolled a 55.
Let's see here.
Another party as well. Let's see.
It's 100% not what you get.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, is it he rolled a 55?
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying it's not the thing that he got.
Oh, yeah, no.
He was wishful thinking. Wishful thinking.
Another royal house.
No.
Well,
these specific
So yeah,
tenants.
are you re-rolling?
Yeah, I got a fake point on it.
Okay. You don't have to. I'm just asking.
one would hope.
Same thing.
No, this time a 66.
That's worse.
That's why, because he got a 44, then a
And then it got worse.
55.
Guys,
You gotta
I said that we were only going up from here. I guess that's not true at all. We are going
That's insane.
straight down, baby. Straight down.
That is impressive. That is strangely impressive. All right.
Woo! Okay, have fun, guys.
All right. So you make your way into District 6. As you're making your way to the PDF headquarters, you hear drunken like singing. You hear this like group. It's got looks like it sounds like half a dozen voices or so. They're doing the whole thing where they're just like singing around in a group, probably like holding on to each other. And they like round the corner. You can tell they are very inebriated. Some of them are, at least they're not as well wrapped as they should be, which they'll regret if they don't get into a building soon enough. But they're warm because of the drink, so right now it doesn't feel like it matters. And in a galaxy as terrible as 40K, sometimes you just want it to not feel that bad for a little. So they round the corner and then they see you three, and for whatever reason, one of them's just like, "Hey, look at them!
What's
I have one." What's wrong with him?
Just sure.
I think he's a witch.
A witch. That's how I like.
We don't want no witches on this planet, do we? Eh? No, we do not want any witches on this. Look at that one. What's wrong with his teeth?
His teeth.
Oddly enough, you still are in your thermal gear, so why are they hanging with the PDF? Does the PDF have witches now?
What?
Well, we'll put a stop to this, aren't we? As these half dozen hooligans start to move into accost. As these hooligans start moving to accost Jack, Worm, and Zilch, we will bring this episode of the Yaga Mythos to a close.
Hey, that was an episode, wasn't it, guys? Well, it's not every day we all get up to some shenanigans, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for listening. Once again, if you like what we do, consider supporting us on Patreon, or just like, comment, and subscribe wherever you may find us. This has been Decurio Umhar with Leonotis, Chef Deconis, and Decurio Chamlin, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.